welcome back to Memoirs and Some, the podcast. It's your girl, Myia Dominique, and I have another Chicago Momprenuer, Miss Bridget, in the building. So I'm going to let her introduce herself before I introduce the topic.
Hello, everyone. My name is Bridget. I am what we like to call ourselves mompreneurs. So I am an entrepreneur, working while also starting, a few different small businesses. So, yeah.
Okay. So me and Miss Bridget did some networking. That's how I ended up meeting her. Beautiful spirit. Really, really cool. Doing some business things together. We got some stuff we're going to be doing next year, collabing. So it was good to have someone else come on and speak on the topic of self-care and healing. So she picked her topic, which I usually don't let people pick their topic. But when she said it, and so she was so dedicated and informed about what she wanted to talk about and why, which was good. And I was like, girl, yes, hell yeah. So that definitely worked out. It was really great, honestly. It was great to have someone to be able to be like, nah, let's do this, and like, I got you. I can talk about that. Right. And y'all know I like good dialogue, because that's what it's all about. Like, it's cool to have my opinion, but it's even better when you have somebody else looking on the outside, and it's like, oh, it's not just her.
Right.
Like, she got this going on, like, ooh, I'm not by myself. Like, okay.
So we all human. Okay. Right.
There you go. Man, you do have to have a human check, like, damn.
For real.
Like, you with us? Well, no.
Right.
So it was definitely dope. Like I said, beautiful spirit. Always good conversation when we talk.
Always.
We always go on this business tangent, right? But, we bring it all back.
Right.
So we definitely are in the building tonight talking about self-care and healing. And I'm going to let her kick this one off because she got some shit to say. And I'm ready to listen.
Okay, so the reason why I wanted to pick the topic of self-healing and self-care is because a lot of times as women, like, we really do forget about self-healing and self-care. And when we think about it, like, we just think self-care is, oh, let me go get my nails done, let me get my hair done, feel good. But it's a lot more to it than that. Like, we got to take care of our outer appearance as well as our inner. And then you got to start with the inner first before you even get to working on the outer. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, let's start with what's in me first, because I need to heal myself. I need to heal traumas. And the only reason why I'm able to talk about this is because I've been through it.
This healing process.
Right.
It definitely is.
And it's definitely is something else. And every chance that I get, I try to share with women, because that's like my target audience. So,
and definitely, I think with women, especially us black women, and minorities just in general, but especially black women, we don't do enough encouraging of one another. Like, I've never had a reason to hate on another woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have this jacket on and I'm like, ooh, girl, I love that. Where you get that from? I'm not going to be, like, trying to I'm wearing it because you got it.
It's definitely a difference between envy and jealousy.
Yeah.
Like, we have that bad. Like, we don't even know how to take a compliment right. I remember talking about this with
God, no, we don't.
my friends before, and it's like, us women, black women, like, we don't know how to take a compliment properly. Like, you'll be like, oh, girl, I like that jacket. Oh, this? Oh, girl, I got this from. Instead of just saying, thank you. We got to down on ourselves and be like, girl, I had this jacket. Like, just say, okay, thank you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And just embrace that
Embrace that moment, because it's important. It goes along with self-healing.
Come on, Bridget, come on.
It goes along with that. And the reason why we're not able to, accept those simple things, like a compliment so simple like that, like, we're not even thinking about it, is because we got to heal. We got to heal on the inside.
You broken. When you broken on the inside, and that people don't understand it. And sometimes, you know what? When you are broken, sometimes you don't even know you're broken. Girl. And that's where you really gotta decide, like, okay, how am I gonna deal with this? Because something so simple as a compliment, we just gonna piggyback on what you just said. Something so simple as a compliment, like you just said, you gotta down yourself and be like, oh, this, instead of just embracing, like, okay, yes, my jacket is fine.
Right.
And thank you, girl. You know, or it go the total other way, like, ugh, why you want to know?
Right.
Yeah, girl. It's me. I'm telling you. Not that shit ugly. No, I'm just.
No, but we do gotta do better. We have to do
Definitely.
better. Like, we have to do better. Not only have we had a struggle, like, and I hate to make it a race thing because a lot of times people be like, oh, it's a race thing, it's a race thing.
Mm-hmm.
But name me another race that has had it as hard as African American people. I mean, they have, and not even, you know. Well, you know what? I'm not going to down anybody's struggle because they struggle. You know what I'm saying? But no one has been taken advantage of like we had. It is different. It's two different types of struggle.
I was about to say it's the type of struggle.
Yeah.
Because when you think about it, we're not the only minorities. Hispanics are minorities. It don't matter which Hispanic you are. They're looked at. It's not no difference in like, oh, I like a Mexican opposed to a Dominican, or I like a Cuban opposed to a Puerto Rican. They don't like none of their asses. Right. Just like they don't like none of our black asses.
It's called no Mexican, no Puerto
Rican. Oh, yeah. Their internal shit is different.
That's different. Yeah.
They for real don't play that.
Yeah, no, not at all.
And I ain't mad at you, because don't call me no motherfucking African. African American.
Unfortunately,
you know. And it's not to say it in an offensive way.
Yeah.
But
I am what I am.
And I want to be acknowledged as that.
Yeah.
I want to be acknowledged as that. And it's okay that you can be acknowledged as something else. I have an African best friend. Ain't got nothing against Africans, but I'm African American. She's straight from the land. And she'll tell you, her culture is totally different.
Totally different.
And even with that, I jump into some more. Culture. Your culture, some people are traumatized in their culture.
It's the oppression. It's the oppression.
It's
when it comes to African American,
it's love for me.
When I say struggles are different, like, you know, other races do have they struggles. You know what I'm saying? But it's the oppression for black people. Like, we have been down and been put down. Like, it's the oppression for us.
Made
like,
to be
y'all got y'all struggles, okay? But oppression, try oppression. Try oppression.
That's it.
We have been oppressed. Like, our men have been demasculated. Our women have been made to feel like we don't need our black men, made to feel like, oh, we are independent, but they did that on purpose. They broke up that 2-parent household. They broke up that, you know, black husband, black wife. They broke that up, you know, for their agenda. But, you know, that's a whole other topic. I'm talking about
we gonna get on that one too. So clearly y'all know she's gonna come back for another one. And is.
I can talk.
But you honestly are hitting on all the right things, and it's deeper than just like you just said, going to the nail shop, getting your nails done, going to the nail shop, getting your feet done. Like, I just came from the nail shop. I went just to get my feet done. I can't get my nails done right now. But I went to just get my feet done just to have that time. But it's not even just about the actual process.
You know, we see a lot of, you know, bad females walk around, they looking real, real pretty, and they don't understand why they feel the way that they do on the inside.
Or they go seeking other things because there's not enough confidence from being broken in the inside. Like, for me, I don't have to be naked to come outside.
Yeah.
I'm going to be sexy, irregardless.
Okay, because it's your confidence. It's not about yourself.
And I was just going to say, I want to feel like
other
that.
People.
Yep.
Yes. So when you being naked, you know what I'm saying? It's different. Now you just look like an object to somebody.
Exactly.
I can go outside, you know, a little, you know, skimpy too, but it's gonna be a respect there. Like, it's gonna be looked at different. Like,
it is, and it's okay to be sexy. We grown as fuck, and at the end of the day, I'm gonna wear what I'm gonna wear.
I like to be sexy sometimes too. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's how you project it. You know. No, that is real cute and cozy.
This was comfy, cozy. Because I was like, okay, I'm finna get off work, but I gotta do
that's how I was feeling, girl.
I gotta do my episode, and I'm good.
Something cute, comfortable.
Yeah, cute and comfortable. But it definitely, with the clothes, I know we just went on a tangent, but the clothes in itself, that in itself, how you present yourself, how you carry yourself, that makes a difference in how people approach you overall. Men, women,
definitely,
transgender, it don't matter. Just because they're a man or a woman, they don't look at you, and they're gonna look at you in that light. It's not a difference. If you look like what it is, you look like what it is. Because he a man, he not gonna say, oh well, she really don't look like a hoe. Nah, he might not turn down the sex, but he still think he look like a hoe.
Well, but again, it's how it's being projected. It's how it's being projected. Because I can, you know, I can go out in the same outfit that the next girl got on, but she, you know, she in the process of getting herself together and healing. She damaged, and you know what I'm saying. She lack confidence. She's very beautiful, but she lack confidence. She don't feel good with herself. We can walk outside in the same outfit. They might look at her and be like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, it's different by how we feel, you know, within ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why, you know, that inside is you gotta take care of that first.
Definitely. Okay. So now I'm gonna play 21 questions with you.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so if you had to give me one situation where healing was like a hard thing for you.
Oh man.
One situation where you could just be like, with this situation I had to do this. Give me your process.
I have had, see, that's a trick question for me because I have had many of struggles.
Absolutely.
I have had many struggles. But you know what? I just read something the other day and it was just saying, or just in general in the Bible, it says, you know, that your struggles build your character and you know, it helps you to persevere and helps you to, and so I have been through many struggles. At first I didn't know. I didn't have a process. I didn't know. I was confused. I wasn't taught. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't have these conversations with my mother. You know what I'm saying? Like how to handle struggles, how to handle mental health, how to handle those things. So I was lost a lot of the times when I was struggling. I was lost. I didn't know what to do. So it really took a lot of me going through a lot of things to be able to learn. That's why I'm able to speak to it the way I'm able to speak to it.
And it's so candid and direct, but very
I have been
educated. You know, it's well said, it's well put together, but it's not like, girl, I've been struggling.
Because it's what you take from it. You can let it beat you up.
Is Bridget preaching or is she preaching?
You can let it beat you up. You know that saying, well, I don't look like what I've been through. That's for real. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's about how we take it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to take it, roll with the punches. Another saying. You got to be able to take it, but apply it to your life properly.
But you also have to be able to, too. I know I went through this process. I make a lot of references back to my brother's death because that is just really fresh.
That's always tough, yeah. And death is tough. That's a different type of struggle. Yeah,
it's going to always be like what that is right now for the time being. And a lot of people, you know, kept telling me, you gotta be strong. You gotta be strong. No, the fuck I don't.
No,
I don't have to be strong.
It's okay for you to want to close yourself in your room and cry all day. And that is okay because that is a part of healing.
That's a part of the process.
I'm not finna sit up here and act like I'm okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? My brother passed away on my dad's side.
Well, I'm sorry.
We wasn't that close. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But it still hit me because it was my sibling. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't spend as much time as I should have. You know, we was adults. Like, we could have reached out to each other. And it did hit me in a different type of way. And I did struggle. I struggled with that. But watching my sisters, my other siblings, his actual, you know, they had the same mom or had the same mom. Watching my sisters and brothers struggle when our brother passed, that was a different type of, like, you know what I'm saying? They was hurt still.
And you feel helpless as a sibling. I'm not going to lie to you. I looked at all three of my siblings that I know. Mm-hmm. And I looked at all of them and they all had a different type of hurt in their face. Yeah. It was all different. Yeah. I have a little brother who, he was the baby. He was sheltered from everybody. He was everybody's baby. Mm-hmm. Everybody babied him. Everybody came to the Army Rescue. And his brother was his hero. Yeah. That was his boy. So at that point, his hurt was different. Yeah. My middle brother, he the middle youngest. His hurt was like, damn, what I'm gonna do? Right. It wasn't even so much.
The process is different for everybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody handle everything different, and just watching them struggle going through that like that was hard for me. I didn't even know.
I know exactly what you mean. I don't know what to say.
The only thing I could do was be there because I had been absent. I'm the oldest on both sides, on my mom's side and, you know, on my dad's side. Even though me and my sister only a couple of months apart, we the same age, Dad. but okay, I'm the oldest on both sides, so you know, I had that hat on, like, you know, the big sister had, like, I gotta be there. I wasn't there.
Yeah.
So Yeah, that is a different type of
That's a
struggle.
struggle.
It is.
Okay, so what's the process? If you could give me
So
like
now
a
the
step
process, what I like to do is to take a look at myself. I want to look at myself. I want to know, and a lot of us are not able to do that. That takes a lot of strength.
that evaluation.
Yeah, it takes a lot of strength, and that takes healing within itself. You got to be healed to be able to look at yourself and be like, this is what's wrong with
or
me.
even be able to acknowledge
the fact that I may have done something wrong. I always look at myself first because I know I can change me.
And when you are a person who has a heart that gives, or you're a person that has a heart that is always giving, or it's harder when you have to, because sometimes when you had a conversation with yourself and you look at yourself, sometimes you have to tell yourself, pull the fuck back.
Yeah.
It don't always be.
Because it's almost like I don't like to say the term people pleaser.
Yeah, but that's what it is. That's what it is.
It makes me feel good to make
others feel good.
To make others feel good. To see them happy. To see them, you know what I'm saying? I did this for them and I put a smile on their face. Like, you know.
But you know what? Every time when you're doing that and you're experiencing that,
you
learning out. You pouring out more.
Yeah.
Yep. And then when it's time for you to kind of have that for you, what do you have?
Right.
When you giving it all out.
Right.
But a part of that, the healing process with that, knowing how to just be able to be like, okay, I can't. Or knowing who to give it to.
Yeah.
Because that's another thing.
I would say it is being able to have someone or a team of people behind you that you know that you can go to for support. That's important.
Yep.
All that I don't need nobody is me and myself to the end. No,
that's bullshit.
Absolutely not. It really is. Absolutely
and you
not.
want that when you have genuine people around you. I'm sure can pull you up.
Okay. As long as you see it empty, don't hear.
Come on, that means serve you up. No, for real. When you have good support, when you have a solid team behind you, and especially it's so good you said that, because being an entrepreneur ain't easy.
Oh no.
And then when you add the mama piece in there, that's the more. Now I had another mompreneur on here, Kayla. That's also my chef. That's my girl. But we said that same thing, and so when I bring more mompreneurs on there, I stress that enough. I can't stress it enough.
Yeah. When
you are starting businesses, you really or running businesses, because it's not even starting. We gonna manifest. When you running your businesses, having that support, having those genuine people that can rock it all the way out with you, that makes a difference in how you do stuff, how you feel, how you take care of things. People give up.
Knowing that you have support, it goes a long way. It definitely goes a long way. It does. Yeah.
Even with, when you have your kids, my kids are very excited for my businesses. I love that they are like the top cheerleaders when I do.
Yes, I love it.
Kids, Mom, when you gonna start this? Well, when you got to be a building to do this, or when you got to, they just always.
Yeah, that's kids. So funny because when I was getting ready, I went to Walgreens and got me some lashes. Okay. And my son was like, Mom, I thought you had your own lashes. What happened to your lashes? I said, well.
Period. Because y'all lashes.
Check me. Where your lashes at, Mom? And I was like, well, I don't know what happened with my vendor. I got to find me a new vendor. And I really want the same quality that I had before. So, you got to go through a couple different vendors before.
I like those, though. Those are pretty in and
natural. This is from Walgreens. I'm go ahead and get y'all a cup.
They're definitely cute.
Yeah, I like these. These are my go-to. I go for them.
Okay.
But so the process when healing or self-care, I like to evaluate myself first.
Okay.
Start with myself because, like I said, I know that I can change me. You can't change other people.
You cannot.
No matter what you do.
And I don't care how much you think you can. I don't care how much work you think you can put in. I don't care. Some people can't change themselves.
No,
for you to think you're going to take your ass over there and change them, some people do not even have the capacity. And I say that.
That's a real key part right there.
That's a real
key part right
there. But
there.
if you don't acknowledge that there's an issue, or that it don't have to be like a physical issue, like a you issue. If you don't see that there's an issue within self, What the fuck I'm finna come
you
and tell
talking
you?
That's like you talking to the wall.
What am I gonna come and tell you?
There's nothing you can do. Now you finna stretch yourself. Now you gonna have to heal.
Now you gonna be really healed.
Now you gonna have to heal some. I'm trying to tell y'all, no, for real. What she said was for real. Like, we can't change people. We can't. They gotta want to change first. They gotta be willing to want to do that. First of all, they have to identify the fact that they have a problem,
and the initiation gonna come from them.
I'm not one to point the finger. You know, I'm not one to point the finger. But if we stay going through the same thing over and over and over,
there you go.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, I checked myself. Did you check yourself?
And when we did the first self-check, where the fuck was you at?
Okay, but like I said, I like to start with myself because I know that I can change.
That's a very mature quality. Yeah. I really like that. I'm very, very intrigued with that.
Yeah. I would say my first adult or mature, like you said, healing process, I went within myself. And I realized that there was a lot of things that I was burying and hiding from my childhood.
Come on.
And these things came up, and I'm telling you, I had totally forgot about these things.
Or did you put them away?
I put them away.
She did.
I put them away. And my mind, you know, but they don't come back up. You don't think about it again. It's always there because you bury it within yourself.
And so the wrong thing happens and brings it back out and make it come up.
Or sometimes it come up to surface and the whatever the situation was that happened to you, it still doesn't come to the forefront. You're reacting off of a situation that happened to you when you were younger, and you still don't even know the situation is still not even showing itself until you go within and you dig it up. So there were some things that I was like, dang, I really did go through that. Like, I did. I went through that. And I had to acknowledge the fact that I went through it. I had to acknowledge the fact that it happened to me. And then that's how I started my healing process.
And then you start that process. And even the healing process is hard. And
that's pretty much it itself. Acknowledging what it was.
The acknowledgement is like
that's a big part of it. Yeah.
Yeah. To me, I would honestly say if I had to put my bid in, it's acknowledgement, because the acceptance part comes easy after you acknowledge it.
Yeah.
The acknowledgement is where a lot of people go and deny.
That's where they fail. Yeah.
Because you
that's what it'd be over with for them with the healing process.
And you can't.
Okay, I'm healed. I'm healed. Okay. Yep. We gonna close that right on up. Yep. We did that. No,
and
there's more work to be done.
You know, sometimes there's a process to it. And I'll just be candid. Let me use a good example. Daddy issues. So, I'll just keep on it. You know, for a long time when I was younger, and when I say younger, meaning a younger adult, I did not acknowledge that I had daddy issues. Yeah. I very much had daddy issues for a long time. It showed in the way the men that I attracted. It showed in the qualities that I wanted. It showed in even the way I carry myself. I wanted to be attracted by a certain type of man.
You know what? It's brought up in the black community, daddy issues, but it's not talked about for real. Like it doesn't go in depth. So you know, people like, oh yeah, I had daddy issues, but what type? You know what I'm saying? To what extent? We don't realize the effect that it really does have on us. We just, she got daddy issues, or I had daddy issues. But it really does go a long way. You go look at the men that you attract. You know what I'm saying? Broken men that need to be healed. And why is that? Why are you attracting these type of men? Because most of us, where was our fathers?
Well, you know what? I'll be honest with you. I think my daddy issues started with how he treated my mama. It had really nothing to do with his absentness as a kid. You become immune to that. Yeah. So I don't know if that was where the effect was. See, my dad knew, and I don't give a fuck if he ever sees this. I really don't. He didn't do what he was supposed to do. That's just reality. Yeah. He didn't. How he treated my mama, even how he treated my stepmother. It makes a difference in how you look at men. It is.
It does.
Women, how can I put this? we pick men like our daddy, whether we think we doing it or not. And I don't even know no other way to say that shit.
Dad, I'm sorry. I mean, because me and my dad, we cool now. We had the conversation. You know, I let him know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you wasn't there. You lied a lot. Like, you know what I'm saying? You went to the store a lot and didn't come back for you. I don't know what store you went to that, you know, it took you some years to store.
Girl, leave him alone. He had shit to do in that store.
But, I mean, you know, it is what it is. But me and my dad is cool now. But, you know, that's why I can talk about it. But, you know, he is, you know, not a one-woman man. and yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
But the great thing is, like you just said, you know, I wish I could be in that place with my father of some healing and acceptance.
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, it's a lot more to be said and a lot more work to be done, but, you know, at least
it's
we
the
took
fact
a stab
y'all
at
took
it.
the step and working at it.
Yeah.
And again, it goes back to what we was just saying, acknowledgement. You have to know that that's the issue. Like I said, I acknowledged it. I had daddy issues. Do I feel like I have them now? Absolutely not, because I take nothing.
Yeah.
Period.
But sometimes you do have to heal. Okay. Sometimes you have to heal on your own without that, you know, conversation or that
sometimes you just need your
from the other person. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta
need your
be
time.
Strong enough to be able to get through
and
it.
you gotta be able to stand on it. Like I know a lot of times, like for me, I'm a person that likes to give a lot of chances. I don't believe in but I had to get to a cutthroat place for a long time. Like prior to like this relationship or like even kids. That's just how I was.
Yeah, I would say I'm just now getting to that now. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like,
it's hard though.
I am 31.
It's
been a long time coming. Like, we don't understand like how long healing actually takes.
Yes.
It takes a long time.
And once you start the process, you have to protect your process.
Oh yeah.
And you cannot rush your process or allow other people to rush your process. If you don't feel like you're in a place to, like for instance, somebody that go through a bad breakup, you can't tell nobody when the fuck it's okay for them to date. You can't. Because you don't know what that person been going through. Yeah. You don't know what that person is dealing with. And you never know when God has the right person
along
and do everything
in
right.
A month that she been messing with Joe Smo for 5 years.
Joe Smo.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. And a person could come along and give you everything that you
do what's best for you.
And I ain't even just talking about like a man-woman relationship. I'm talking about a friendship. I'm talking about I've had during times where me and my mom were not always on the best place. I thank God that there was people that came in. They know they weren't my mom, but they was able to fill that little space,
that little void,
for a minute until we got it together. So now that's my dog.
In your life, what you need at that moment. Maybe your mama wasn't available at that time. Maybe she wasn't
mentally. She wasn't.
I was just about to say she wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So he will put some. I've had. There's one woman in particular. I call her my auntie because she's actually my cousin's godmom.
Okay.
And she has took the role of my mom plenty of times. And, you know, it could have been that.
That's the one thing I will say about our black community. We sure do go after some damn kids. Whether they are or not.
Right, we
gonna help some damn kids. Now I don't really be understanding when, you know, our skin color be getting caught for some shit with kids. Because I'm like, we be at family reunion.
Okay, cousin.
Because, auntie, like, bro, why you gotta go mess with that baby? Leave them fucking kids alone.
People don't be right in the head. People don't be right in the head, yeah. People don't
and that too, you know, again, tangent, here we go. That goes off though. Seriously, that comes from healing and being broken too. People who go doing things, and I don't even want to get into that, like in particular, because that shit weirds me out. People who fuck with kids, but just the fact that they mind. It's not right, and it's because of some things that have happened.
Now, I like to say, right, you know, people go through things. It can be two people going through the same thing. One person is going to use it as an excuse for their actions for the rest of their life, and one person is going to use it as a lesson.
Yes, ma'am. And the one
and that's why I like to say when sometimes people will come to me with a story where this happened to me and that happened to me and that's why I'm like this. No, that is an excuse. That is an excuse because you have the ability within yourself. If you take the time,
if you want
to heal yourself,
if you
have the opportunity to be able to rise above whatever it was that happened to you.
Let me say something. If you do not have something that is mentally wrong with you, and when I say mentally wrong, meaning there is something on paper that is stating that there is something wrong with your comprehension skills, meaning mental retardation, autism, something chemically wrong
with you,
then there is a way to change. If you choose to. There is a way to change. There is no such thing as I don't know how to. There's a whole lot of things people don't know how to do. White people throw their fucking kids in the water at 2 months, 3 months years old to teach their kids how to swim.
Yeah.
And them kids learn how to swim because they learn.
And they swim.
They don't want to drown.
That's how they do it. You got to think about it. The baby is in a warm
in water for all the. Thank you. So you take your baby out at 6, 7 months and throw them in the water. Guarantee you they're gonna know. They're gonna swim. They're gonna swim. So I say that to say if a little 6-month-old can get it together to say, okay, this is familiar. It is no way you grown
20,
motherfuckers.
25, 30,
40, 50,
come on, y'all. Let's
I know motherfuckers 70, 80-year-olds that still got these
at that point they just stuck in their ways. People do get stuck in their ways.
And once you get stuck in your ways though, the other piece too, people don't have to deal with you because you're stuck in your ways.
No, they don't.
They don't.
Again,
and even if you're not that old and stuck in your ways, that to me that's still an excuse because again, it is a proven fact. Take 90 days to change a habit. If you do it,
and it takes 90 days to make a habit or break a habit. So
if you choose to continue to go on that same path, it's been a conscientious
choice. You are making a decision.
Thank you. Conscientious choice. To make it and to continue.
Like, I hate to hear anybody that know me. Like I don't even my kids. Like I don't play that. I don't like liars.
Oh,
because there's no reason that. There is no reason to lie. People do not, and I'm not gonna say people. It's specific
fuck you lying to
people that just don't understand that. I'm gonna tell you that I'm not lying to you. I'm not lying to you.
Always tell you.
I'm not lying to you. I don't have to lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do not like liars, and I do not like people with excuses.
Excuses is like assholes. Everybody got one.
Excuses like. Come on, those two things we gotta let it go.
We do. Let that hurt go and just move on. I can't stand an excuse maker. It works my nerves because I don't really give nobody no excuse.
No. Even with a job, like, look, I was this what happened, that's why I'm late. Of course your job gonna look at you and be like, oh, she just making up an excuse. No, this what really happened to me. I'm not lying.
I was about to say, I'll tell them motherfucker, no.
I'm like, no, this is what really happened.
For real. I got stopped at the gas station. For real.
It sounds like a lie, but I'm telling you.
I promise you I was at the gas station.
Look, here goes my receipt.
For real. I'm dead serious. I used to get in trouble for telling the truth. My mom used to be like, don't say nothing. Just don't. Just like, I would come around and like people know, my close friends and family, they know, don't tell me nothing if you don't want to fight. Like, for real, I was that pop-off person. And it took time. And it came from healing. Having to heal over time and self-reflect and know that, okay, like, girl, you can't be popping off on everything. And now I do. I have to have a...
Because
I know this
9 times out of 10, it's something going on within you. It's so why you...
I used to pop off like that because I used to get abused.
Like to be like, nah, because I'm the same.
No. It's okay to defend yourself. But in all honesty, I was an angry fucking bird. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was an angry bird. And anything you said to me, it was on. You better not blink the wrong way or that's your ass. And that was just that. But when I really had to say, I had to have, once I really got kids and knew like I wanted a life, I wanted, I wanted kids. And you can't be mean to kids.
I will say, I can't remember exactly when we did that pop-up shop, but I remember we exchanging our social media information, and I have followed you since then, and I see such a huge change in you, like
growth.
Girl, definitely. Like you was really doing your thing, like, and I'm not even talking about like the outer appearances that people see, but like I'm good at reading people. I can just tell, just like within yourself.
Oh yeah,
like you done some healing. Cause you was a little firecracker. You was a little firecracker.
Still is. I got some ways to go. I wouldn't lie to you, but you have that conscience now. Like, to not be
what you said.
I have it now.
Making just like people.
It
like,
is.
Like I say, people lie and they make excuses. They do that on their own. Like,
you
make that decision on your own. That's a conscious decision that you make to tell a lie, or that's a conscious decision that you make
to keep you allowing that shit to be an excuse. Like, if I'm not gonna lie to you, it ain't no secret. My mama didn't always do everything right. Do I feel like she is wrong? People do what they know to do in that moment.
Okay, so let's talk about that for a minute.
Okay.
Because when I am talking to, my friends, I got one friend, and then I got my cousins. They know who they is. They my girls, my little circle. When I am talking to people when it comes to self-healing and healing yourself and just learning new things, let's talk about the fact that our parents or our mothers only do what they know to do, only as far as they know what they was taught and what they learned on their own. Like, you know what I'm saying? What they mama taught them, or you know what I'm saying?
It's generational.
Yeah,
it is. It's generational.
It's just stuff gets passed down.
And I'm gonna give you an example. So, I don't know if you ever heard this story. I don't know if I even told it on a podcast, but if I did, oh well, your ass gonna hear it again. So, I was in the kitchen with my mom. And my family is real hands-on. They love to cook. Everybody loves to cook. For the most part, those who can. Because some people are bakers. No, seriously. Yeah. We got people they prefer to make a cake over dressing. I'm okay with that. You need some cakes at the dinner. So okay.
You got the cakes.
Right. That's cool. So it was a tradition where my mom was telling me this story about this girl who she asked her great grandmother, her grandmother, why they took the stuff out of the turkey, why they cut a certain part of the turkey. And she said, I don't know, because my mama did it. Mm-hmm. And so then the girl go ask the mama, why did you do that? Oh, my mama did it. Mm-hmm. So then she got to the great grandma and she said, why did you do that? She said, girl, I took it out and cut it off because it was too big to fit in the pan. Mm. But they was doing it for years and years just because that's what my mama did.
That's a lot of the learned behaviors. It be because that's what my mama did.
Yep.
it just be passed down. So I had to, because a lot of things that I do now is totally different from, what my mom had ever done, or you know what I'm saying, our families, when stuff is being passed down, when it comes to knowledge and things being passed down, it goes to to a certain extent, like, you know what I'm saying, it's up to you to want to venture out or learn more and do things different. Like, you gotta want to, or you can just be stuck in that because my mama did it type of thing.
And even if you are stuck in that place, if you are going to follow behind the footsteps, know why you following.
Know why.
Know what you're doing. If I'm not a big whooper. I'm not a big whooper. And honestly, when I planned my life, which you do this as a kid.
Right.
When you plan your life. But I learned this a couple of times, and a couple of people have told me, if you want to hear God laugh, tell him what you got planned.
Right.
You tell him your plans, he be like, haha, that ain't even that.
That's not it.
That ain't how I wrote that. Mm-mm. So, when you really think about it, I'm not a whooper. I know that about myself. I will cuss you out from here to fucking Africa. But I really do not believe in putting my hands on my kids. But that's because I was abused as a kid. So when you're overly whooped as a kid, now it just deterred me. I don't never want to make my kids feel like that. Yeah. Now, do I have moments where I have to choke the shit out of my son? Absolutely. Yeah. I have to put his ass down sometimes because he's rough. Okay. Yeah, and I'm 4'11". I'm not that damn tall. My son is taller than me already. He's 10.
Man, all my
nigga.
Towel on me.
So,
but it was my decision to. Okay, I said to myself, I'm gonna raise my kids different because sometimes the things that's been passed down from you, all those, because my mama did in moments, it's not the right thing.
No, it's not.
But
and that's what they thought at that
time. To the best of her ability.
Come on.
I'm not going to fall for that. I was mad at my mama for a lot of stuff that I didn't know and all the struggles that I went through because I had to learn stuff on my own. Only thing I ever seen my mom do was work. You know what I'm saying? But it was a lot more to it than just work. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to do more and I wanted to do different. So I wanted to raise my kids different. You know what I'm saying? How many times have you, growing up in a black household, been told, stay in a child's place? You don't got no opinion. Blah, blah, blah.
This house stays in this house.
All of that's passed down from generation to generation. Because that messes you up as an adult.
It
like, you know what I'm saying?
It confuses
I wanted my kids to know how to express themselves. It
is a way to do it respectfully. And I think, you know, I have conflicting feelings sometimes with the healing process and raising kids because, you know, like when something happens to you as a kid, you, as an adult, I know for me, there are certain things I would just never want my kids to go through.
Yeah. And you don't want to project your hurt on your kids either.
Or project your bad energy with a situation. You know, like, it's one thing if I'm okay with teaching my kids, like, okay, this happened to me and this hurt me, so I would never do that to you.
Right.
Like, there are certain things that I would, and there are certain even things that I would explain to my kids, like, hey, you know, I did this because of this, or I did that because of that. So with that, you know, I get it, but then I also understand that sometimes kids got to go through their process.
They do, and that's what I'm learning. My kids are older, and that's what I'm learning too. Like, we all are people at the end of the day. Like, you still got some people that be like, nah, they want to keep the old traditions and nah, kids play. Which is true, but like you said, it's a way to do it respectfully. Like, I want to give my kids a voice.
I'm joking with my kids
because they gonna grow up and they're gonna be timid and they're not gonna know how to speak for themselves and they're not gonna know how to, like, you know what I'm saying? So, but it's people that still feel like, no, a child is a, you know what I'm saying? Get your child to do it.
Gotta still
like, no, like, your child is not your slave.
Yep.
You know, they're not supposed to go get the remote when it's sitting right there and you know you can reach over.
I do that to my kids just to see what they gonna say. I did it once.
I'm not gonna lie, I will too.
I did it.
But I'm just saying, I was being funny, but yeah. Give me that remote. Go get me can you give me somebody for refrigerator?
You have your moments. And I know my kids be like, really?
Yeah. But you want to raise healthy adults though. So you want to be able to give them that, you know, voice. Like,
and I'm not jealous of my kids. I know parents who are jealous of their children.
Really? I didn't know. Well, you know, there are, and it's a way that it is. It's not necessarily like, ooh, how you get that bag type thing or how you get that house type of. But it's more like how they are as a person.
It's never enough. Like if you had a parent that it's never enough for them.
Yeah. Sometimes I do feel like my kids do be ungrateful, but that's just a regular part of, you know, growing up.
Yeah, I think kids do that. Kids are ungrateful. Like that. But you teach your kids. Like my mama, I'm not gonna lie, my mama did the best she knew how, and my mama did a damn good job. Well, I say we had a good childhood. Me and my brother was kids. We played fucking jacks. I played hopscotch. I knew how to play. I was cool.
We was outside playing.
One motherfucker out jumped me.
Okay, we was outside playing. We till the what? The street lights came.
And they better not come looking for your ass.
Oh no, don't make them call your name because then it's over with for you.
And see, my grandparents had a big play in like my childhood because my mom was in college. And then she decided she wanted to go back to college. So we did a lot of our like childhood time. When I say it took a village, it took a village. And that's another thing. Going back to self-care and healing. You have to know when enough is enough for you. You have to know when it's too much. Yeah. You have to be able to hand those responsibilities out. If it's your husband or if it's your wife or if it's your mom or if you have the support, utilize it. It's okay to it's different.
It don't mean you failing. It don't mean you not doing something.
It don't, and it doesn't mean
like,
that
it's people that's there that's gonna be there for you. Now, if you got people that's gonna talk about you
motherfuckers got nasty ladies. That's help.
Okay. Now, if you got somebody that's gonna talk about you behind your back, though, like, she always. Them people.
But see, then that's different, and then you have to know who you tell your business to. Yep. That's number one. Who you ask for help from? Yeah. Because you want genuine help. You don't want situational help. Yeah. Situational help.
Don't tell me what you did for me. Okay. Don't
that's that shit that come back
to me because I thought.
And then that's what you mad. Mm-hmm. And I ain't saying because a motherfucker give you a laundry list of stuff that they do for you, like, oh, now you can't fuck with them. No. It's one thing. It's okay for you to let a motherfucker know, like, okay, it was okay for me to be able to do this, but what are we doing? Mm-hmm. Or how is this working? Even in a friendship, I've had friendships that kind of went sour because it's just certain shit that I wouldn't do to you as a friend.
That friendship thing,
that's a healing process in itself.
I'm a genuine person, so
me too.
I'm gonna be genuine. If I call you my friend, then you gotta know that you really my friend. Like I'm gonna be there for you. I've had situations where I've been there for people and I was a genuine friend, but they don't know how to be a genuine, or they know how to be a genuine friend to a certain extent. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've had situations where somebody, I don't know, I was being too honest or something, or, a person didn't like what I said, like, nah, so it's just, focus on you. You don't got to be worried about that. Like,
I feel like real friends going to do that. Yeah. And if you're not a person that wants friends not going to tell you everything that you want to hear. That's first.
No, that's for real.
And if you agree with everything I gotta say, I'm not gonna be your friend anyway, because first of all, I don't need no yes man.
No.
I don't need no motherfucking entourage.
Tell me when I'm wrong.
Bitch, you better tell me my wig sticking up. You better tell me my motherfucking
okay, because my best friend just said, like, Gary, you feel this braids, you know you ain't got no friend. No, you did just bust me out.
I couldn't even look in the camera because, bitch, what?
Friend, your edges is... I know.
It's my sister. That's some shit she'll say. Now, why your bald head ass going to go get? It's my sister. I can hear her now. It's crazy. But it's true. You want those genuine connections. You want those genuine people around because they help in that process.
Them people, they finna do the lifelong run with you. They finna be there for life.
I don't know if you ever seen that Myia goes to jail to play.
The play, yeah.
And she talked to Sonny. And she was breaking down a tree. And she told him, you gotta be careful. Leaves on the tree, they blow one way. The wind blow one way, they're gonna go that way.
Okay, yep.
Wind go the other way, they're gonna blow that way. Leaves on your tree, they are not meant to be in your life. They're here to come and go. Come and go. And sometimes we get them people confused because we really want them to stay.
Yeah.
And but they really not here for them to stay.
Everything.
Yeah, relationship, friendship, anything. You want them to stay. But that's really not what their purpose is. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Then you got branches. Branches, they're tricky. And she said, they're how you, or he said technically, well, how you thinking you got something good and then shit switch up. That's when you have them people that switch up. I always say,
you think they because you think about a branch,
they hold on.
The tree, yeah, it's there. It's sturdy. It's more sturdy than the leaf.
Way sturdier than the leaf. So you think you got something? Okay, cool.
But they break too. Branches break.
They break. Branches break. And when a branch is broken and it hit that floor, you can't attach that shit back to a tree. No. Only thing that stays to a tree
is the roots.
And them solid motherfuckers. Okay. Your roots, you want them. Mm-hmm. You want to keep them roots. Mm-hmm. Y'all may fuss and fight. You and your roots. Me and my sister. For real roots. We argue every motherfucking day. I block her every other week. She gonna call private, but I'm gonna block her just to be an asshole. I do it. I don't care. And she gonna call private, and if not, she'll call my kid's phone. Hell, she'll pull up.
Where your mom at?
She don't get no fuck. Like, she don't. She will pull the fuck up. Don't worry about it, bitch. I'll be there in 20 minutes.
Why you think? Oh, you want to block?
Then I'll see that message on Snapchat because she coming through that motherfucker too. Oh yeah,
she hitting on everything.
She gonna let your ass know, bitch. I will be there. Don't worry about. Oh, you want to block a motherfucker? Don't Don't worry about it.
I'll be done.
But I say that to say I use that illusion, and that's one of my favorite illusions. I probably will teach every kid that I ever have that same illusion because that is the best way to break down how you categorize people in your life. Yeah. It's going to be confusing, but when you're thinking about your self-care and your healing process, you need genuine supportive people.
Yeah, because especially if you're going through a healing, you vulnerable at that point. You dealing, like I said, things were brought up to me. I'm doing this by myself. Things was brought up to me that I had pushed all the way in the back of my mind to where it never came to the forefront, that I had was totally forgot about. And when I'm replaying the situation, I'm like, this really happened to me. This wasn't no dream. This was
for real.
Like, this was for real. This happened to me for real. And you dealing with those things. Like, you need some people that's going to, be there for you. You don't even got to tell them what it was or whatever. Just some people that's just going to be there.
I was just about to say,
some people that's just going to be there. Girl, come over and have a drink with me because you just want to,
positive vibes. I have a friend who a lot of times we just go eat and talk. Yeah. It's not a situation where we gotta go out. We ain't gotta be clubbing. No. We don't even gotta be drunk. No. We get us one cocktail, and I promise you, we'll talk for 2-3 hours. We'll say occasion boil for
my girls, they know who they is.
My girl know. I just told her our spot. Man. So at that point, having that support to just be like, okay, this is what I'm going through, and be able to lay it out on the table with no judgment. No feedback, no boy. Even though, and I don't want
nobody that's gonna just be on my side because you my friend. I need a fresh.
Give me the for real deal. Tell me,
fresh pair of eyes on this situation.
Right? Am I wrong?
Tell me, am I wrong in this situation?
Did I say this right? Am I not? Am I being over dramatic? Am I taking this too far? Do I need to let this go? Right. These things, and I'm not saying they have to answer it for you, but those specific questions. I would be a liar if I told you that women don't go talk to their friends about that shit, because they do. Yeah. Now we know which friends. Some of us know which friends. All your friends is not your tell your business friends.
Yes, I got my best friend. Like, that's because we on the phone all day long now. We not hanging out every day, or when I want to hang out or whatever, call her. Because she we got kids or whatever. She not my. This is my friend that's been my friend since I was 10, you know what I'm saying? But then I got my, my 3 cousins, that's my, my girls. Like, we, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to call her. We want to go out to eat because I got a situation that I want to talk about because I'm going through something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my best friend, she know the situation. She know everything. I'm talking to her all day, every day.
But she may not be that go out person.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I got my people that I'm going to call over. Girl, you want to have some wine? Let's go, wine tasting. Let's go get something to eat just to chill. Just to, you know what I'm saying? And talk about different situations or whatever it is that I'm going through, because I want to hear your perspective on this. I want to, let me know what you think or what you would have done in this situation. And it's always good just to have somebody to vent. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes we be in situations or relationships and stuff like that where if you got you a man that don't want you to go hang out with your friends, then you let him know. Because that ain't right.
And you need time as a mom, as a wife, as a friend.
You gotta reset. That's why you have to.
You do. You have to. You have to take that time to reset and get that time.
Because we wear so many hats as women that we do gotta take care of ourselves. And sometimes self-care is the form of going to go get your nails done and stuff like that. Aside from healing yourself within, it's also those things too. And we need those things too. We need to reset. So self-healing and self-care, it goes a long way,
and it's important. It's important on all levels. It's important, and it makes a difference in how you do things, how you carry yourself, how you interact with people. So I thank you, because girl, she's coming back. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. She's coming back. But no, I could definitely really appreciate being able to have that conversation and how that, like you just said, a fresh pair of eyes. Hell, you the fresh pair of eyes on here outside of they hear what I got to say every fucking look, because I'm gonna say what I gotta say. They hear what I say every week.
But we gotta take care. We definitely gotta take care of ourselves, because we do as women. We put ourselves, it's so much pressure put on us. And then, you got the people that be like, okay, what about the men? I ain't never knocking the men, because y'all need self-care and healing too. If don't nobody else need it, y'all need it, because y'all gotta look strong. Y'all gotta look like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all have to have this persona that y'all, it's just
macho. That you can take care of everything.
No, but y'all need self-care.
And it's not that you can't take care of what you want to take care of or whatever. You still have to understand and acknowledge where you may have some struggles too.
Yeah, let's normalize men focusing on their self-healing and their self-care.
Well, acknowledge it. I mean, it's one step at a time. Definitely. Am I saying you gotta go meditate? Hell no, because it probably ain't gonna happen.
That ain't for you. You know what I'm saying?
And it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
But know your niche. Yeah. Get your niche and use it.
Definitely.
I didn't think meditation was for me up until here recently. Now I come down here every morning. Yes. It's not a morning I miss it.
We are spiritual beings. Like we
emotional. And all of our stuff is emotion. If I'm mad, I cry. If I'm sad, I cry. If I'm angry, I cry. If I'm disappointed, I cry. Cry about every fucking thing. So you gotta know that. Yeah. You have to know that.
That too was that was a part of my process too when it came to self-care and healing. Like the whole meditating and the spirituality part of it. That was okay. So after I'm acknowledging, what is wrong with me and just dealing with all the ugly parts. Cause it's hard to look yourself in the mirror and deal with all the ugly parts of yourself. Mm-hmm. Like it really is. You gotta be strong and ready for that. Like you really gotta be ready.
And you gotta know, like it ain't a process that happened overnight.
No,
once you acknowledge it, you know it.
It don't stop there.
Deep breathe.
You like it's okay. A weight lifted off your shoulders, but
just
baby, there's more work to be done.
But it's gonna keep going.
It's more work to be done. So then that's when the spirituality part of it came.
Yeah,
praying, meditating. Just taking some time to
taking that you time,
like some 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Just talk to God a little bit, like you know what I'm saying. Definitely. Like have that spirituality. Like we need that. We need to download. We need to reset our minds. We need to pour new things into ourselves. Like all of that is important because like your mind. Whatever you think in your mind, that's what's going to be projected out. So if you limiting your thinking to a certain thing, then that's all you're going to see. And that's all it's going to be. But if you really, truly believe within yourself that you can do so much above and beyond, what you can see just in front of you, then, I mean, the sky is really, truly
the limit.
It really is.
It's the limit. Well, y'all heard my girl. Self-care and healing. Yes. It was definitely.
I did. I did enjoy myself. I love this. This is what I can do.
So she'll be back. Don't you worry about it. I'm gonna write her shit up tonight.
Look, she not lying either. She gonna watch. I'm gonna wait. If I fall asleep, if I don't see the text, I'm gonna wake up to it, and it's gonna be like, so on the next episode. I love it. She's so professional, y'all. I love her.
I try to, and it's a good feeling. I love being able to do it, and it's fun and give you that peace. To be like this, just get it out.
Just talk. People don't understand how talking, you know what I'm saying? That is a form of just getting stuff on
gonna help. Like,
exactly.
There is somebody that can watch something. I don't care if it's 10 years from now.
Yep.
I have watched Tony Evans' daughter stuff, and she's had a YouTube channel for probably 12 years. And I've gone back and watched things from 6-7 years ago. And when I tell you, because it was the word, it don't hit no different. That shit still hit like she did it yesterday.
Yes. The reward comes from helping people and not even realizing that you have helped somebody. Because I've had people going to me like, oh my God, you really, and I'm just like, me? Girl, I'm telling you what I went through because, but it does help. It helps people.
It does help, and it does make people... It gives people a different perspective.
Yeah, a sense of, I guess you could say, normalization. Because a lot of things, like we be hard on ourselves, and we be feeling like don't nobody go through what we go through, but people do.
They do. They all do it, and just because in all different colors, all different age groups, all different cultures. Yes. They all do because they hide it well. Does not mean that they don't go through it.
They fight within themselves, and that's the worst type of war to have. One within yourself.
That world is different. That war is like
within
Your
yourself.
ass be like,
Yeah, when you
bobbing and weaving.
Man,
Because I'm telling you,
that's
it
something
just
else.
be, it do. It definitely do. But yes. So self-care and healing, young ladies and gentlemen.
Because we
Yes,
did throw that in there.
we definitely got to
Y'all
put it
need
in.
that. We have to put that in there.
Definitely.
Y'all do. Yeah.
It's definitely a big deal. Take care of yourself. Understand that your
Mentally
process
and
is your
physically.
process. Your emotions are going. You're an emotional being. That's how we was made. And unfortunately, some people more than others.
Yeah.
So know where you stand. Know what's important and how to get that self-care process going, that healing process going to be a better you. Be in love and be in love with that process.
Acknowledging. Say it with me.
Acknowledgement. Let's get it, okay?
Acknowledgement,
y'all. We get past the acknowledgement.
Right. Let's take some responsibility for what we doing wrong.
Yes, that accountability for sure. But y'all already know it goes down on Memoirs and Some the podcast.
And it did.
Yes. It goes down. But we here every week, Tuesday at 7 o'clock with your girl Myia Dominique. But tonight we are out. Bye.